All right, I'm going to start this mini lecture with a Latin term, sine qua non. It essentially means without which not, and money is the sine qua non of American electoral politics. Money buys speech. The most charismatic candidate with the most popular positions on big issues of the day has little chance unless they have access to significant sums of money, especially at the presidential level. Money is necessary for candidates to build name recognition. Even frontrunners need large sums of money to respond to attacks and protect their reputations. When a candidate spends money is important. Early expenditures can pull a little-known candidate into contention, or a decisive expenditure of money by a frontrunner can knock a challenger out before they close the gap. The challenge is that if you spend all your money too soon and to too little effect, then you find yourself in a tight campaign with too little money down the stretch. So you have to actually, marshal your terms, your money. In presidential elections, you're confronting the reality that you'll need to raise probably in excess of $1 billion in order to adequately fund both the primary and the general election. Front loading makes the challenge even greater. Remember, each primary is essentially a statewide election. In many instances, there are multiple states running primaries early in the process at the same time, and candidates have to identify and pay the most experienced and talented campaign staff in each of those states. A major expenditure is polling. You have to triage the multi-state areas, and you have to identify particular issues that will help distinguish you from the rest of the field. You have to get the candidate into multiple states. You have to have staff pre-positioned in the next round of primaries. No one should be surprised that candidates for president often find themselves loaning their campaigns tens of millions of dollars to sustain their campaigns at critical points. So you have to have access to plenty of money if you want to be president. Where do you get that kind of money? And what do you do? What do you owe to someone who writes effectively tens of millions of dollars worth of checks to fund your presidential aspirations? That's essentially what we're dealing with the current jurisprudence related to campaign finance. What do you think about billionaires like the Koch brothers creating super PACs and spending hundreds of millions of dollars every couple of years to influence the direction of public policy? Uh, I don't think many contributors part with that kind of money for altruistic reasons. Do you? Something to think about.